One time for your skin pain. The devil always wanna see me in pain, but the blessing would drive you insane.
Where's my pen?
Right, you're welcome back, and it's time for BREADUCATION, and we're looking at the particular kind of bread this morning. We're looking at the moringa bread. Now, you know, moringa itself has a way of it deals with the immune system, and this is very appropriate in times like this. This is really very appropriate. So as usual, we have our normal regular guest, Mrs. Florence OFORI-AGYEMANG. She is in the studio, and she's going to take us through the moringa bread. Madam, you want me welcome.
Thank you.
We're supposed to be having the bread.
Yes, you can have it now. And
all right.
then,
so okay. All right. So we have that, and okay. All right, Mr. AGYEMANG. Once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Today we're looking at the moringa bread.
Yes, we
okay. When we say moringa bread, I mean, it explains itself, but what is moringa bread?
All right. Good morning once again, and good morning to our viewers. I think we're really making very good impact because we get a lot of calls from people, from me, telling me how this is beneficial to them. And so today being a period in the history of the world, everywhere where we have this coronavirus going on, it will be very important for us to treat something that will boost our immunity and then help us to survive this whole chaotic situation we find ourselves in.
Okay.
So back to your question, when we say moringa bread, it's like flavoring or infusing the moringa plant into baking of a bread. Yes, so that's what I can say.
Now, what are the moringa itself has components? What are the chemical compounds in moringa bread?
Yeah, there are a lot of chemical compounds like amino acids. We have proteins and all that, and then more especially with the leaves, we have the zeatin, we have the quercetin, we have the beta cystol, whatever.
Okay.
And then, you know, I didn't drink my tea this morning, so don't worry about it.
These are very chemical words.
Yes, these are very chemical words. And what these things do for the body is that it's powerful antioxidants. Like when you talk about the quercetin, it's very powerful, and then it helps us to fight our inflammations, so it's anti-inflammatory. And then the beta testosterone, that one too helps with our cholesterol regulations. So it inhibits the bad cholesterol in the body, so that the body can get a maximum benefits of the good cholesterol. Yeah.
So moving on with that, I mean, adding up to what you said, what we want to ask and find out, what are the immense, and I'm using my words carefully, I'm choosing my words carefully, the word immense. What are the immense benefits of the moringa bread?
Yes, there are lots of benefits of the moringa bread. What we have is it boosts our energy levels, as we have said, and then it helps us to build our immunity. It lowers our cholesterol. It's good for people with diabetes, and it has a whole lot. It's a whole lot, yes. But we can just take the cholesterol and then the immunity, because what I know is, and what I've read is that when it comes to moringa, the vitamin C level in moringa is about 7 times that of orange.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So you can see that now that everybody is advocating us to
know that.
Yeah. And then when it comes to potassium, for instance, it has about 15 times of the potassium you can get from banana. So we want to go back to eating
these leaves are so small.
They are very small, but they are very powerful. That's what they call them superfoods. They are very small, but they are very powerful.
So would you recommend this kind of bread every morning for people?
Exactly. every morning. But one thing we should know, that the fact that we're talking about moringa bread doesn't mean that every moringa bread is moringa bread.
Sure.
Because
I mean, of course, Bakerz Relish would do it better.
Yes, of course we would. But we always have people chancing upon certain things and all that. But then we have, you should be able to do your mixtures very well, infusing it the correct proportion of the moringa and other nutrients to make it wholesome for the human consumption. Yes.
All right, now one thing that normally happens to people is allergies, side effects. Are there side effects in taking moringa bread? Because we're all very different. I remember some time back, if one of the medical guys gave me one of his seeds, very good seeds, but then when I took it, I had a lip inflammation. So I stopped it. So what would be some of the side effects for the moringa bread?
When you talk about side effect, for me, I don't think it has any side effect, but then it still depends on the individual. Because because some people react to things differently in a way that others don't. But aside that, it doesn't really have any side effect. And one thing I know about it can really peg you. Yes. So if you have a very soft stomach, you're not supposed to eat it more. Or you have a program, if you can use it actually to peg yourself. Then there's no point, eating it in a larger quantities. Yes, but be moderate about it.
And if I want to take it, can I put a spread on it? It could be margarine, it could be
you can eat it with anything that you want to eat it.
Right. Now the moringa bread, does it play a role in treating certain illnesses?
Yes, it does. It does. We are not scientists or doctors, so we can. But then we are giving education on nutritious fats and bread and all that. But what I know is when you fortify or you add moringa to bread and you do it right, it helps you, especially people with high blood pressure. Yes, they lack, their system lack a lot of minerals like potassium and magnesium, amino acids and all that, because of the deteriorating factor or whatever is going on through them. So as a result of that, when you eat, moringa contains every bit of these nutrients. So when you eat it, it helps you, and then it boosts your immunity. As we were saying, everything now is about boosting our immune system so that it can withstand all other things.
So it's so important.
It's so
where can we get this kind of bread? Or unless we have to just contact you and request for it.
It's now that people are trying to develop recipes with plant-based foods like moringa and all that. So I'm not too sure whether it's very, very common in the market, but you can ask around.
By the end of this interview, of course, we'll let you give us where to find you. For people who want this. Now my next question is, what in all the things you mentioned, what is the level of protein in this kind of bread?
I know that the level of protein in moringa as a whole is about 25%.
25?
Which is very high for a plant.
25?
Yes, which is very high.
It's a very interesting plant, right? Very interesting.
It is. Everything about it can be used for our benefits. The seeds, the seed can be used to purify water. Yes.
Really?
Yes. You can use the seeds to purify water, and you can drink the seeds in the powdered form to purify your blood system, your systems too.
Wow! So it's amazing to see how small the plant is.
Yes.
The leaves are so small.
Yeah.
We're going to invite another guest. When she comes in, she'll join. Kiki. She's also into, building the immune system with a lot of products and things like that. When she comes in, she'll join in this discussion. So let's move on. Auntie Flo, what's the taste of moringa bread? Is it bitter?
I would love you to be there.
Okay, let me try. Let's taste it and see.
Yes. You know, you should have used tissue. You said we should. I don't know how tissue is here.
Can I have the tissue?
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
can have the tissue.
Oh, I mean, I'm waiting for Kiki to join us. Okay, so alright. It's not bitter.
You should be the best judge. I wouldn't say it, but you should be the best judge of it.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yes.
It doesn't really have. You have some seeds in this as well.
Yes, we have a lot of seeds. We have a lot of seeds in it to as well help
Kiki, you can join us. Yeah.
with our immune systems. So
Okay.
it's good.
All right. Now, are there different types of moringa bread? Can we say that?
It depends on what the person is trying to achieve.
Okay.
So you can fuse it with all other bread, even your tea bread or whatever. You can just add a little moringa to it.
Okay, I see. So now, what are the? That's a very deep question I'm going to ask you. What are the characteristics, the features of moringa? If I'm going to buy moringa bread, if it's not something I've requested from Bakerz Relish, and I go to shop something more and I see, what are the characteristics I should be looking out for?
Yes, you first and foremost, you know that the moringa itself is green in color.
Okay.
Right, but you should be very careful that people don't infuse artificial color to the moringa, making
so
it
how do I
look
get to know
like,
that the color is not artificial green?
yes, making it look like, because the artificial colors come out differently from that of the natural one. So you should see, if the camera will point out, it should be green.
If the camera can zoom on the bread a bit,
Yes.
so should it come out very like deep green?
Like this green, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like this green, it's okay.
Okay.
So that it will not be too bitter and it will not be too.
And you have seeds in this as well.
A lot. We have the flax seeds, we have the sesame seeds, we have the
very healthy.
pumpkin seeds.
Very, very healthy.
And then we have
Okay.
the sunflower
All right.
seeds. And what I can say is we are all trying to survive this scare. We're trying to eat well would be the best option for us now. So everybody must try to eat well, to sleep well, to exercise. As the doctors were saying, we shouldn't be that scared because it's everywhere. It's becoming actually a big problem. So we should try to maintain our calm in all situations, and then that too will help us to boost our immune system. And if you want, you can call me. No matter where we are, we can deliver to you. And we have a branch in Brekum on top of the Fidelity Bank. We have one in Sunyani in the same building with Opportunity International, and then we have the Tesano branch. You can get some at Hydro Filling Station, Hydro Filling Station, Mr. Afuakwe's shop. You can get some there, and then when you call us, we'll make sure that you have it.
Okay.
So we would like to tell people that the new wealth now is our health. Okay. So we should really take good care of it, because
Okay. Your telephone number?
0244 64 9413. 0244 64 9413.
You forgot the number?
I do forget
Okay. All right, so this has been the Breaducation segment. Have Bakerz Relish in the studio, who normally helps us with this particular segment, in the person of Mrs. Florence OFORI-AGYEMANG. Mrs., good morning.
Good morning.
You're warmly welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Okay, and today Bakerz Relish is taking us through what we're looking at. The type of bread we're looking at this morning is tea bread, or the local breads. And I'm sure you and I know when we say the tea bread, the one that comes with the flour, the Gansi it has all over it, and people buy it every time and want to find out exactly what goes into this kind of bread. So we're going to start straight away. I'm going to start by asking Mrs. Agyeman, is there, when we say the tea bread, what's this tea bread? What's tea bread?
What's tea bread?
Yes.
I would say that.
Why is it called tea bread?
Why is it called
Yes.
tea bread? Exactly. I would say it's a Ghanaian version of what the French normally call the baguettes.
Okay.
Because I am.
But the baguette is longer.
And the tea bread is.
It's also long, yeah.
Yes. But the only difference with the baguette and then the tea bread is the tea bread has a lot of it has a lot of salt, it has a lot of sugar, and then margarine.
Okay.
Whereas the baguette, no margarine.
Okay.
And no sugar. So I
Okay.
think it was a way of them having another version of our local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one would want to ask, I don't know whether there is, but would we say there's any history to tea bread as to how it started, where it started from? Is there anything like that, or you think we don't really research into these things?
Yes, that's one thing we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
We don't really research into our own cuisine, so it's very difficult to know why we started doing tea bread and why this and how it was done and what's actually with it. So there isn't much about the tea bread, but I think that it is a way of having our own taste and developing our own taste per the food that were foreign to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as I'm just putting you on the spot, but as Bakerz Relish, would you want to start looking into some of these things so that we get some some data or something about them?
Exactly. We're trying to do that. We're doing that with food research so that we could have some diary or something about journal about the bread we do, because as I told you earlier, we have where I was trained, every year there's a research into foods and all that. So it makes it very easier for others to refer always and to come up with better options of what we are having now.
Right. Now, my next question is, what goes into the making of tea bread?
What goes into the making of tea bread is just flour, and then salt, margarine a little, and then sugar. Okay. Yeah.
Flour, salt, margarine, and sugar.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest way, of trying to combine ingredients to make bread.
So would you say it's the easiest kind of bread to make?
I think so.
Okay.
It's not really complex one.
Okay. Now another very next curious question is: you say most of the time we see most of workers are in a hurry to work. People are every morning we see people buying tea bread with the Hausa cocos and all that. How should they be eating? Is a morning eating of the